name of that team and getting that kind of recognition?
Yeah, being able to be on an All-State Good Work Hound team is just an honor for one, for my family, and also for this university as well. Being one of the 11 Tros out there, I think it's like the FBS, being one of the 11 Tros, and it means a lot to me. It just shows what my hard work has been doing on and off the field. Just being able to withhold the standard here of Georgia, like we more than just athletes, and being able to have an effect in the community, just being able to impact kids, whether it's adults, anybody really, just being able to be impactful, it just means a lot to me and my family and University of Georgia.
Kearis, I remember talking to you at the spring meetings. I mean, you were honored being part of that group with the conference. I mean, all the things you're doing because of football. I mean, how important has that been for you?
Yes, sir. It just shows who I am as a person. It just shows what type of character I have. I mean, I feel like I'm more than just an athlete. You know, like in the SEC, like we have shirts made that more than just athletes. Like we student athletes as well, but also we being involved in the community is just a big thing. You know, I mean, you got guys looking up to us back home in the Athens area. Like, man, I want to be just like you when I grow up. But at the same time, it's more than just being a great football player. It's just about having a great character as well. So when you're able to put those in good works, I mean, God blesses you in different ways, and I was able to be blessed in a way that I can affect and influence people off the field as well. So I take full advantage of that. I look forward as like an opportunity to help others, and if you know me, I'm more than willing to help anybody. I mean, I'm always open to talk, just being an influential guy and just being able to be there for each other and for this world.
Talking on Monday, Coach Smart talked about Kent State's defense and said the things they do are really unique. What stands out to you about how Kent State plays defense?
Now, when I first watched Kent, I mean, I have a homeboy who I played with growing up, C.J. Harris. He played defense there. So growing up, me and him always used to battle a lot because we played on the same team. But when I came in on Sunday, I went to BMAC office. We was up there watching. We was watching the first series versus the Oklahoma game. I'm like, and them boys out there flying around. So I got a lot of respect for Kent State. I mean, how the way they didn't play in multiple Power 5 opponents already. Washington, Oklahoma. When you go watch those games, man, they play hard. And I got a lot of respect for them because at the same time, they have football. They have to strap up just like we have to strap up. So with that being said, I have a lot of respect for Kent State, especially what they do on defense is very much different. But I mean, we didn't see that defense before. I mean, Arkansas played it similar. Even my high school played that same defense, right? So it's very familiar about what they do. I mean, 3-9 linemen and a lot of guys in the secondary, and I'm excited to go and play against them.
How important will it be for you guys to spread the wealth around within the passing game against such a formidable defense that has such
Being able to do that would be big, you know. I mean, they got a lot of DBs back there, but at the same time, we got to focus on us, and we got to be able to get the run game going to open up the pass. So with that being said, you got to be locked in and dialed in, not really worried about the spreading the ball of the wealth because it's going to come. I mean, if you have patience, you know, this offense, I mean, the past couple of weeks, we've been seeing multiple people being involved in the offense. So everybody's just pretty much waiting their turn, being patient about it. But also when they're not having the ball in our hands, like, what are we doing? If you go watch film, I mean, I feel like we've been doing a hell of a job by blocking on the perimeter. And once you can do that, I mean, that opens up the pass game. And like I said, we got to just keep pushing forward and being patient, and your time going to come.
More on the running game, open up the passing game. How big of a role will Kendall Milton play for you guys Saturday?
I would hope a lot, you know. I mean, Kenneth been a guy who been staying down, waiting his turn. He, you know, had a lot of guys, a lot of bats that he didn't see play before, like James Cook, Zamir White, seeing how those guys attacked today. I mean, I feel like he can have an opportunity to do the same thing as well. And with him being an opportunity to be like a perimeter back, I guess that's the word I have to use. But me and him just being able to get those opportunities, you got to take full advantage of it. And guys like me on the perimeter, we're going to block for them because we like seeing our teammates succeed.
You talk about that mindset about wanting to get out in the community and help. You know, how do you think that carries over to your leadership in the locker room?
It carries over in various different ways. For one, I just saying knowing how to deal with certain personalities. You know, on my team, we got so many personalities that it's crazy. But once you actually get to sit down and talk to people, you actually find out more about themselves. And when you're able to do that, I mean, it's eye-opening because, you know, we have our score sessions, and throughout those score sessions, we find out each other why. And like some of our teammates' why is like, man, I have no choice but to go hard for him because I know what he done been through. Same with me. Most of my teammates know what I've been going through. So when you have that connection and that bond, it just leads you to want to play harder and just, I mean, just like I said, play harder.
How important is it for starters like you and Ladd to start off the game on special teams, kind of get that first big hit out of the way, especially you're in a spot where ball security is important? So
Yeah, ball security is very important. Special teams is fun. I feel like special teams is one of the overlooked, parts of the game, but special teams will win and lose your games. And Ladd has been doing a great job at punt return. I haven't had many opportunities at kick return, but when that time comes, I got to make the best of it. And that first hit always wakes you up, whether it's on. Special teams is fun, honestly. With the ball in your hand, without the ball. I remember soccer. I think it was the South Carolina game. I did get the opportunity coming out the half. I got hit pretty hard, but hey, it woke me up to go out there and be able to play the next snap, and it's always fun.
How do you think Darnell would do on punt return?
Darnell, he may try to go hurdle somebody.
Can you talk a bit about your role as a leader in the locker room as you get some of those young guys involved with the offense like Dylan Bell?
Right, just being an older guy, everybody call me Uncle. They be like, "What up, Key?" Yeah, I've been here long, so they either call me Uncle Key, "What up, Key?" or whatever they want to say. But just being an older guy with experience, that experience part plays a major role. Dylan Blair, as you just spoke of, he was a freshman and playing like a major role. So him being a freshman playing a major role, I have to be that guy who can lean on me and be like, "Hey, Key, what I need to do on this play, they're gonna help spring out the offense." But it's all about your mindset. You're never too old to play. You're never too young to be able to play early. So if you're young, you can go up out there and play early. And with Dylan, and I call my little brother Jackson Meeks. Meeks been out there playing a lot. It's just, he got a little frustrated throughout the game. He had an opportunity to catch a touchdown pass, and he came to the sideline frustrated. And I was like, "Bro, it's on the second quarter, and you acting like the whole world in it. Just let's go. It's next play mentality." And when you have that next play mentality, you'll forget about the next play because it's the next play that's going to be designed for greatness for you to go make a great catch, a first down, a touchdown, whatever it may be. It's always the next play mentality.
Kearis, what do you make of Stetson's name showing up on some early Heisman conversation? Is he that kind of guy, you think?
I'll let you answer that.
You're catching the fastest.
Yeah, but being on the field with Steph, I honestly feel like he's starting to earn this respect, which he's been showing. He led us to a national championship last year, and people still don't respect him. People still don't respect this team, but at the same time, it's not even about the Heisman. It's about winning each and every day. Going out trying to be 1-0 each week, and that's our mindset. We're not worried about all the accolades that come with our performance. If you play good, the accolades gonna come. But at the same time, we got one goal in this team, that's to go win another national championship.
Kearis, what do you remember about spending time on the scout team early in your career, and how has that helped you be the player you are now?
I love being on scout team. I'll never forget my freshman year. I think we was getting ready to play Bama for the SEC championship game, but the scout team, I feel like our scout team was the best. We had Jay Fields at quarterback. I was at the slot receiver. We had Matt Landers outside. We had Trey Blunt. We had Willie Irvin. We had some guys on scout team, and we took that week so serious because we wanted us to win that game so bad. But just being able to go against our defense every day. You had DeAndre Baker, you had Eric Stokes, you got Tyson Campbell, you got all these different guys who have been first round, second round picks. It didn't mold me to the player who I am because I was able to go against, like I say, first rounders every day being on scout team and having a quarterback who can get us the ball. It was just fun because we was really out there running other team plays, but at the same time, we making our defense better because we care a lot about the scout team. We care about our defense performing as well.
Kirby has said that even if guys aren't playing, it's like you said, playing the scout team, going against the other team's defense or offense, that's what makes you better. Is that true?
It's very true. It's very true. I feel like our scout team gives the opportunity to give us a great look, whether it's on scout D or scout offense. Speaking from a scout defensive standpoint, that's who I go against every day. Those looks are so important because the same looks we get in practice will be the same ones we get in the game. So if our scout D is performing well, giving it all they got, because that's their opportunity to shine too. Because if you make a play or something on that scout team, Coach Smart, they look at all the film. They're going to be able to see what can you do and how can they help us as a team. So I feel like our guys here, they don't take that for granted because, like you said, it's on resume. Whatever you put on tape, that's who you are as a player. So if you're going out there playing hard each and every snap, that's what's going to come back and forth. You get an opportunity to play in the real game.
What's your time for 2 more questions?
Kearis, I know you were banged up for that Notre Dame game. That was 3 years ago today. What do you remember about being on the sidelines that night, the atmosphere in the stadium?
I can remember running. I just seen the videos coming out the tunnel. I didn't realize it was that dark around that time, but just like it felt like the fourth quarter was started in the first quarter because like how electrifying it was. Like the light show. I mean, the fans. I think we was ranked like number 3, maybe. It was like ranked number 3 at the time, and I mean it was exciting. But I'm ready for another night game. I wish this was a night game, but whenever we do have a home night game, we'll be excited. I'm sure the fans will be excited as well, just to get that atmosphere how it is at Saturday night in Athens.
You talked about how you've been here a long time. Another guy that's been here a long time is Don Blaylock, and you kind of had similar paths, had to get confidence in your knees and stuff. Where do you see him kind of mentally and physically just getting confidence back?
Yeah, Don ready. He's ready.